Hi everyone, welcome to Pretty Pastel Pastries. My name is Giselle. Today I have for you guys an Among Us Breakable Heart Valentine's Day edition. I can't wait to show you guys what this is going to look like. If you guys would like to learn, please stay tuned. So right now we're going to hop onto our tools and supplies. So first off, we're going to start off with our Chef Master Candy Coloring. Candy coloring is specifically for coloring all chocolate. So we're going to use that one in the color black. Now you guys are probably wondering, what are these tiny little things over here? And those are Among Us molds. I found this one on Etsy and I'll go ahead and link everything down below for you guys, so feel free to check that out. And I have also already made my letters with chocolate and I use this mold right here. Now next up we're going to use these Wilton candy melts. This one is dark cocoa. Next up we're going to use these Paramount crystals. Now right here I have my OXO silicone cups. These are my favorite cups to melt all of my chocolate. And we're gonna need a small little spatula. Now next up we're gonna use this breakable heart. We're gonna need a wooden mallet and a box of your choice. So we have covered everything here in today's video. Now don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn on that post notification to notify you when I upload. Alright guys, let's hop right into the video. So our first step is going to be melting your Wilton candy melts. So let's go ahead and add some into this cup. And I'm also going to add some Paramount crystals into this cup right here. I personally like melting my Paramount crystals and then adding it into our melted chocolate later on. So I just went ahead and added a little bit in there. Now I'm going to place this one into the microwave for 30-second intervals. We're going to give this a really good mix. And then after this one is all nice and done, then I'm going to go ahead and melt this one completely. So our chocolate is right out of the microwave, and as you guys can see, it has melted right here at the bottom. You always want to ensure and you give this a really good mix, just so that the heat distributes evenly. And this is going back into the microwave for 30-second intervals. So we're all done melting our chocolate and also our Paramount crystals, and it's going to come out clear just like that. I'm going to add a little bit to the Wilton. Add about a teaspoon and give this a really good mix. And we should be left with a really good consistency, and it's going to be super runny. So now that we have our chocolate at the correct consistency, now we can go ahead and add in our Chef Master candy coloring, and you always want to give this a really good mix. And I'm going to add one large drop in there. So I ended up adding 9 large drops of candy coloring into this chocolate, but if you have black candy melts, I highly recommend that so you don't have to waste all of your candy coloring. So now that we have that all nice and done, let's go ahead and add this chocolate into our heart. So this next step is going to be super easy. We're just going to go ahead and add in our chocolate into this heart mold right here. So now from here we're just going to grab the heart and just move the chocolate side to side. Make sure you get all those edges. And up here I can never get the edge, so we're just going to grab our spatula and just bring the chocolate upwards. So now we're going to add all this extra chocolate back into our cup. And try to take off as much as you can. We want this layer to be really thin. So now we're just going to place our heart on top of this plate. And this is going into the refrigerator for about 10 to 15 minutes, and we'll be right back. So our heart is out of the refrigerator and it's all nice and set. Now it's time for the second coat. So just make sure it's at the right consistency again, and we're gonna add in that chocolate. And really quickly, you're gonna start moving it around as in part 1. And we're gonna place it back in there for 10 to 15 minutes. So our chocolate heart is out of the refrigerator and it is all nice and set. Now it's super easy to unmold. We're gonna go ahead and go all throughout the corners and just unmold it just like this. So now that that's done, we're gonna flip it over on our plate. And I like working from the tail upwards, so we're just gonna grab it from the tail. And you wanna try your best not to touch the heart at all. Now I went ahead and added some white chocolate and some Paramount crystals together. I added more Paramount crystals and chocolate and it came out to this really thin consistency. Super thin. It almost reminds me of just edible paint that Wilton carries. And we're just gonna grab a small little brush. We're gonna dip it in there just like that. And we don't want too much on the brush, just a little bit. We're just gonna go ahead and splatter this on there to just make it look like the Among Us background. And we're just gonna go like this. So now that we went ahead and added everything on there, just be really careful because it does splatter around, but it's super easy to clean up, guys. So now we're gonna place all of our letters on top of our heart and all of these little drops right here are all nice and set. So I like adding all of my letters in first and then we'll add chocolate to the bottom and just make sure it's nice and secure. So let me just go ahead and place them on top. So I just cut a little bit on my black chocolate in a piping bag and now we're just gonna start adding them to the heart. So just add a little bit of chocolate and quickly we're gonna add it on top of our heart. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this to the rest of them and we'll be right back. So now we have all of our letters on there. Now we're just gonna go ahead and grab these tiny little Among Us and just place them all around. You can even flip them. And this mold right here comes out flat. You do not have this white little circle in there, but I just went ahead and piped a mound of chocolate and now it's just raised. So this is our heart turned out. It looks so cool and it looks just like that game. I love how it turned out. Now let's go ahead and hop right into packaging. So for packaging, I'm gonna use this box right here, and the bottom is going to be filled with confetti. But before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and add in my candy. So you can add any type of candy you would like inside. Today I will be using Kit Kat, some Ghirardelli, cookies, and cream. So I'm just gonna place this right here in the center. And you guys can fill it up with like anything you guys would like. There's so many options out there. And before this fills up, I'm gonna also put in the Forever Sus with you. That fits our vibe and it's just so awesome. I'm gonna place that one right here. So as soon as I break it, they're gonna see that cute little message in there. So let me just finish filling this up. So I'm gonna say about that much is good. And it's super easy, guys. We're just gonna grab the mold from the bottom and just place it right here at the top. And if there's any candy peeking through, just go ahead and push it under. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add in my paper shred. This one is from the brand Spritz, and I purchased this one from Target. So let's go ahead and just add it all around the heart. And lastly, all I'm gonna add is this wooden hammer, and I'm just gonna place this right here. And just to bring this all together, I'm gonna add one of these Happy Valentine's Day stickers I made, and I'm gonna place it right over here. Thank you all so much for staying to the end of this video. Now today's post notification shout out goes to Jen Diaries. Thank you so much for supporting Pretty Pastel Pastries here on YouTube. I truly appreciate you. Now if you want to be featured at the end of my next video, all you have to do is comment red heart emojis down below, and I'll be sure to give a lucky subscriber a shout out. And also don't forget to follow me on my social media at Pretty Pastel Pastries. I'm gonna be posting a lot of pictures and more behind the scenes of what I do. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye, have a lovely day.